Welcome home, sir. You need to pay attention to control the time today. With every passing hour, I remind you once. Enjoy your time, sir.
Meow.
Hark, ye survivors of parts 1, 2, and 3. Either thy dedication is legendary, or thou hast developed a concerning addiction to suffering. Both are virtues here. Some might call it madness, I call it Tuesday. The fact that thou art still here, watching this beautiful disaster unfold, proves either thy curiosity is insatiable, or thy watch history is cursed. Either way, welcome back to the abyss. Today, we cross the Rubicon into process scheduling and multitasking, the art of making our OS juggle tasks without dropping them on their heads. Our OS crawls, but now it must learn to dance. Not a graceful waltz, mind thee, but a chaotic mosh pit where every dancer is trying to stab the others. We shall become the puppet master of time itself, doling out CPU slices like a miserly king distributing bread to peasants. One wrong move, and the entire kingdom descends into civil war. We now play God in the most literal sense, deciding which process lives, which starves, and which gets banished to the void. The scheduler is our crown, heavy with the weight of every clock tick. I built a round-robin scheduler that seemed perfect, until the AI suggested optimizations that caused tasks to steal each other's time slices like greedy nobles at a feast. The result? Chaos, priority inversion, a race condition so subtle it took 3 days to realize one process was eternally waiting for a resource held by a process that didn't exist. Classic? The multitasking implementation required saving register states, pushing them onto stacks like stuffing scrolls into a library that's already full. One wrong push, and the stack overflows into neighboring memory, corrupting everything. The borrow checker screamed. I screamed back. The neighbors called the police. The AI, in its infinite wisdom, suggested just use unsafe. I considered using the AI as a debugging sacrifice instead. Spoiler, the compiler won that argument, as it always does. I shall not lie, debugging concurrency is a special hell. No print statements help when timing is the bug. The system either works flawlessly or silently deadlocks, leaving thee staring at a black screen, questioning existence itself, while the AI chirps, "Have you tried turning it off and on again?" The AI generated code that compiled perfectly, but ran like a 3-legged horse in a race. Turned out it forgot what a critical section was. I had to explain mutexes to a machine that learned from the internet. The irony burned hotter than my overclocked CPU. The borrow checker just sighed as if to say, "I warned thee about this." But perseverance, caffeine, and ritualistic chanting eventually produced something resembling working multitasking. Threads switch, tasks run, the system doesn't immediately implode. These are the victories we celebrate in OS development. Small, precarious, and probably temporary. Yet after the suffering, we have multitasking. Real, actual multitasking. Multiple threads running, context switching, pretending to be simultaneous. It's beautiful. It's terrifying. It's held together by caffeine, compiler incense, and sheer willpower. The scheduler mostly schedules. The tasks mostly task. The system mostly systems. This is the highest praise one can give an OS kernel at this stage of development. Future episodes bring even greater trials. File systems await us, turning raw disk storage into organized lies where files pretend to be contiguous and directories pretend to make sense. The ancient art of storage management, where we shall learn that hard drives are just very slow, very angry RAM that hates thee personally. Network drivers lurk beyond that, promising to connect us to the world while simultaneously exposing our precious OS to every malicious packet on the internet. But we shall face these horrors together, as a community of beautiful masochists, united in our shared delusion that this is a good idea. If this madness pleases thee, smash that subscribe button with Viking fury. Ring the bell so the realm trembles at thy devotion. May thy context switches be swift, thy race conditions none, and thy stack never overfloweth into the kernel's private chambers. See thee in Part 5, where we shall attempt the impossible, taming the storage beast and teaching our OS to remember things after the power cord is pulled. Farewell, legends. May thy code compile and thy sanity remain mostly intact.